Aprilia's flagship superbike is one of the most special motorcycles we've tested till date, so we decided to ride it on a racetrack and not public roads.Therapy. That's what motorcycles are to us bikers, right? Be it riding them yourself or watching Valentino Rossi make a killer move on Marc Marquez, it's motorcycles that make us happy. And the best form of this therapy? A deserving motorcycle at a racetrack with lots of knee-down action, fast laps and of course a few wheelies thrown into the mix. That's exactly what my date with one of the best Italian superbikes, the Aprilia RSV4 was. The rather small manufacturer from Italy has made it big with the RSV4, winning 4 manufacturer and 3 rider championships in the WSBK. And we got to ride was the RSV4 RF. An even more exotic, limited edition version of the litre-class superbike, and one that is an important step forward for Aprilia. I felt lucky then, considering that only 500 units of the RF have been produced. What makes it more special? Weight reduction, more horsepower, better handling and more advanced electronics. Motorcycles as powerful and as fast as these are best enjoyed in the controlled environment of a racetrack, and Piaggio India invited us to the Carry Motor Speedway in Coimbatore. It's the smallest and tightest of the 3 circuits we have and perhaps not the best for a 204 PS superbike, but fun, no doubt. A quick brief about the bike's WSBK derived technology and the advanced electronics suite came first. The chassis claims Aprilia is lighter, allows better agility and quicker directional changes. And I take their word for that. The competition in the litre-class superbike segment is so fierce, that engineers are quite literally on the job 365 days a year, trying to make the bikes lighter, quicker and, well, fiercer. Think electronics then. The RSV4 RF boasts one of the best electronics packages, and that's what also makes the bike extremely easy to ride. And the suite includes 8 levels of traction control that you can change via the plus-minus pedals on either side of the inside end of your left palm grip. Easy, eh? The controls for the rest of the electronics are slightly more confusing, though once you're used to accessing the menu functions it shouldn't be as fussy. A toggle switch on the left side clip-on is where you access it all, including 3 levels of wheelie control, ABS and launch control each. The simple bit is the way it works, lesser the level, less the intrusion. I stuck it all to level 1, set traction control to 3, hoping to have some fun yet play it safe. You could, if you have the skill and courage, turn it all off. But I think that's best left to the brave men in WSBK who've helped make the RSV4 the lethal machine it is. There's 3 riding modes: race, sport, and touring. They don't alter the output like the modes on other motorcycles do though, but simply alter the amount of braking the engine offers, which means you can unleash all 204 ponies at a mere twist of the wrist, in any mode. The RSV4 also incorporates a lap timer, quite obviously, and you can even change the display to see the lap timer in a bigger size on top of the screen for better visibility on the go. As if all this techno-gadgetry wasn't enough, Aprilia has developed an iOS app, not to just check acceleration or lap times and top speeds. It lets you connect to the motorcycle wirelessly to adjust traction control and anti-wheelie settings, not just in general but, hold your breath, around specific corners at racetracks around the world. Indian tracks aren't part of the pre-programmed circuits yet though. The app also has an adaptive race assistant that provides real-time telemetry including bank angle and wheel spin. Next level stuff, eh? You bet. Electronics aside, the RSV4 RF also boasts some of the best equipment. Like Collins dampers at both ends and an all-in steering damper, super sticky rubber from Bialy, Diablo Super Casu SP to be precise. And all of this equipment, including that wondrous V4 engine and the brilliant chassis, comes packaged very neatly in a super compact body frame. With looks to kill. I don't think I even want to spend time writing about that design. It's outright aggressive, purpose-built, with twin headlamps along with a separate light for high beam in the center. It looks mean. Especially with graphics straight off the WSBK bike. The super compact rear end, sans a pillion seat, is probably more compact than a supermodel's derriere. Sitting between your legs is a surprisingly slim, 999.6cc, liquid-cooled, 65-degree V4 motor that offers a stomach-churning 204 PS of power and 115 Nm of peak torque. That's a staggering amount of power for a motorcycle with a dry weight of just 180 kilograms. And it's smooth as silk. Yeah, we journos keep saying that for a lot of bikes. Japanese, Italian, British. But the RSV4's motor takes refinement to a whole new level. Of course, the engine is very quick to rev too. Bring the throttle open and the tachometer needle will swing across to its 14,500 revolutions per minute redline quicker than you can finish reading this sentence. It's a technological marvel, no less. I knew it would be something special on track, and I was more than convinced just a couple of laps later. There's a sense of fluidity to the motorcycle in the way the engine, throttle response, brakes, suspension and chassis work in sync, corner after corner. Agility gets a whole new meaning once you get used to the manic amounts of power your right wrist can send to the rear wheel. What's also noteworthy is the exhaust note. With a V4 between your legs, the RSV4 RF is the closest a road bike gets to MotoGP machines, and it sounds beautiful. Now, turn 1 at Carry comes after the near 900 meters downhill main straight, and requires hard braking on big bikes as you're easily carrying 230-240 kmph down the straight. Despite grabbing a handful of the front brake lever, the bike refused to lose its composure, the ABS offering a reassuring feel. This is the stuff you expect of a world-class product, and the RSV4 RF bears testimony to the efforts put in by Aprilia's engineers and racers in developing it. It drops into corners with a feather-light feel, and turn-ins are very quick too. Turn 1 is a fairly complicated corner, but the RF seemed to go through akin to a hot knife through a slab of butter. Corner 2 is again slow and tricky, but the exit leads onto a shortish straight. I pinned the throttle in second gear, and with traction set to 3 the rear just about stepped out ever so slightly before the bike straightened itself and surged ahead with a brute force. The engine performance from the V4 is the RF's biggest highlight, as bottom and mid-range grunt are a lot stronger than what any inline 4 can offer. Its power delivery enables smoother, quicker corner exits while also offering impressive tractability at all times. It only gets wilder as revs pile on, and all hell breaks loose post 7,000 revolutions per minute when the bike quite literally causes your eyeballs to pop out with the fierce acceleration. The alacrity of the motorcycle's handling came to the fore at the next chicane, with the bike making it through without any ado. It felt calm and composed, even as I tipped it into the left-hander before picking it up and throwing onto the other side for the sharp right-hand corner.